Hey guys, how's it going? Today is July 14th, 2023. Yesterday we finished up the alfalfa making, so now we got a manure spreader and we're gonna clean the stable out down here in the barn. Got one load loaded up. It's heading up over the hill right now. Pap's hauling it out. We're hauling up into the piece over here. There's still some bales there. We got the middle piece there we gotta cover as well. We got some chicken manure down at the neighbors' chicken houses that we gotta haul out too while we got the spreader. So we're running a 2-blind Nitro 375 RS again. It's got the web in it and it's got the vertical beater. I like it for home chicken manure because you can adjust the door to how much material is flowing out the back to the beaters. So chicken manure, you don't want to put it on very heavy, especially in grass field. It'll burn the grass off or any alfalfa, any type of grasses. It's nice being able to adjust the flow of the material going out into the field. With other spreaders, you can't do that because you can't adjust the tailgate. That one we can. We're hauling out of the stable in here. This is a pen here. So basically, any cows, sore-footed cows, or just some older cows we keep in here that can't get around very good, that are still milking really good, we want to keep them in the herd. We put them in here. The bed pack's a lot more comfortable for them. The concrete out here can be pretty hard on them. So even though they got soft free stalls to lay in, we always keep them bedded up with sawdust. Walking around on this concrete's harder on the cows, hard on your joints and that kind of stuff, just like us humans. If you're on the concrete all the time, you definitely know it because your knees and your legs, they hurt. We bed this up pretty much once a day. Add a little bit of sawdust to keep it dry. So there's not too much wet material here, but still is some. We keep around a dozen cows in here. Not quite that many in the summertime because if there's too many, it gets hot. We have fans in the back here. There's a hole up through the barn floor. The fan will pull air down through. So it stays pretty decently cool in here, but if you put too many cows in here, it's not very nice for them. We like them to have plenty of fresh air, and we don't want it too hot for them either. We got tons of fans out here in the barn. We got the 4 around the bunk, 2 here, there's a bunch back in there, and then there's those 3 at the end of the barn. Even though the one's not working, that old fan, it needs a motor. So we got a motor for it. We're gonna put it on here. Dad picked one up here this week, and this one here needed a motor as well. Got one put on it, but the cows are messing with it and they got the shroud all messed up, so now the fan blade's rubbing up there. All this stuff here on the fan's new pretty much. The pulley, the shaft, the fan blade, all that. Now we got a new motor for it, so should be a good fan once we get her going, but we gotta fix that shroud up a little bit there. We gotta keep the cows cool. The heat, stress is not good for them. They definitely drop in milk whenever it gets warm out, but we also have the sprinkler system around both sides of the bunk, so the cows are constantly getting misted. It's on a timer, I'm not sure how often, but the fans here and the sprinklers are connected. The fans will shut off and sprinklers will come on for a little bit, and then when the sprinklers shut off, these 4 fans come back on. got the stable cleaned out there in the barn. Pap's working at mixing feed right now, and I come up here to feed the heifers. We got the gale up here. Normally we have the gale down there. We use it to feed down there and use the New Holland to feed up here. The New Holland always stays up here and the gale always stays down there. We had the gale up here yesterday for wrapping hay, and then we just kept it up here to unload some more hay that we dry baled yesterday. We took the New Holland down to the field to load the bales. We ended up bringing the New Holland back to the farm, and the New Holland's just down there and the gale's up here. Doesn't really matter as long as there's a skid loader to get the job done, because they both can handle working at either place. Actually, back when my uncle bought this gale skid loader, he'd always kept it up here to feed, and then he kept the New Holland down there, because that was before we got the Pat's feed mixer. Not the 500 we have now, but he had a 350 before that. So he would always just bring feed across with the skid loader silage, dump it the conveyor there, and run it into the bunk that way. So the feed wasn't in a mixer at all. He just used the skid loader to feed the cows, and I guess he just always liked using the New Holland to feed. So the gale ended up staying up here most of the time, I believe. Then after a while, things got switched around, and the gale got taken down there, and the New Holland stayed up here. But I don't mind using either. That's good skid loaders. My pap wants to try to haul some chicken manure here this afternoon. He's got to use the New Holland since it's already down there. The high speed doesn't work in the gale. Sometimes it'll work. Most of the time it doesn't. So you can drive down the road probably going about, I don't know, 5-7 mile an hour. And signal speed. The 2-speed makes it go about 13 or 14, I believe. So I like the New Holland for traveling. It's like keep the gale at one place. If we have to take it somewhere, we always can, but you usually load it up on the trailer and haul it, because it takes forever to drive this thing places. I'm not sure what the deal is. We had gotten it checked out a couple times. We just couldn't figure it out. It has to be like a short somewhere, because it'll work sometimes and then it won't work other times. Got the silage all fed here. I just need to throw some grain down for everybody, and then we'll be in good shape. My dad and Uncle Charlie actually went to go pick up a dairy bull to breed the cows today. We'd gotten rid of Burley, and then we had another red bull that they were around the same age. They're getting too big, and once they start getting too big, they can get mean. So we wanted to get rid of them and get 2 new bulls in the barn. We're actually gonna have 2 red ones instead of a black and white Holstein and a red and white Holstein. We're gonna have 2 red and white Holsteins. Pap is hauling chicken manure right now. The power went off, so we got the generator hooked up to run the power here until it comes back on. Hey guys, it's been a few days since I filmed last. Friday we had been hauling manure, and Pap got the chicken manure hauled. Well, we actually finished hauling on Saturday there. There's 2 loads. Pap had gotten rained out there. I think the last clip was when the power went out. It ended up coming back on after we got the milking done there. Right now, it's actually Tuesday now. We're down back hauling off of this pile. Pap's hauling it up there. Right up here on top of the hill. We got the bales off of there yesterday. In the summertime, we don't really have anywhere to haul the manure because we have a bunch of crops out. The corn and the alfalfa you can't spread on either of those fields. So we're fortunate enough to be taking the grass off. We could get some chicken manure and cow manure hauled on there. Give that a good boost. You'll see a big difference in the grass now that coming back for second cutting, since you got a shot of fertilizer. The chicken manure really helps. I think Pap's coming back for a second load here, so he gets her back down here. We'll load them up. last load out here, down back to the calf pens there. There's some more there I probably could haul out, but I ain't gotta worry about it. We'll go Parker, it's lunchtime anyhow. That's probably gonna be about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like and subscribe button down below. As always, it really helps me out and I really appreciate it. Alrighty guys, we'll catch you later. Have a good one.